Hi there, and welcome to the PolliNation ID app instructional video. Today we are going to walk through how to use the PolliNation ID app to identify pollinators. If you're an owner of a PolliNation insect hotel, please be sure to watch the PolliNation Hotels app instructional video first. When you first open the app, you will see this screen where you can log in, sign up, or reset your password. If you have an account with the PolliNation Hotels app, you will not need to sign up for another account here. An account would have automatically been created for you when you signed up through the Hotels app. Simply log in with the same credentials you used to log in with the Hotels app. If you're an owner of an insect hotel and you have not signed up for an account through the PolliNation Hotels app, please go back and watch the PolliNation Hotels app instructional video. There you can learn how to sign up for an account and register your insect hotel. If you do not own a PolliNation insect hotel, but would like to use the PolliNation ID app to identify pollinators at PolliNation insect hotels as a guest, please proceed to sign up for an account. To sign up for an account, please select the Sign Up button at the bottom. Enter a valid email address followed by your password. Next, enter your first and last name. You can now select Create an Account. You should receive an email to verify your email address. Since I already created an account, I'm going to go back and sign in. Here we have the home screen, which contains categories of different pollinators. As you can see, pollinators are more than just bees. We have beetles, centipedes, and even flies. Swipe horizontally to explore the different categories of pollinators. Down at the bottom, you will see the tab view, which we will be using to navigate throughout the app. The Pollinator ID, Photo ID, and Explorer tabs are the three main features you will use to identify pollinators. The first tab that we will select is the Pollinator ID. This feature allows you to identify pollinators by answering a series of questions about the pollinator's description. Please note, if you have a photo of the pollinator, it is best to use the Photo ID. This way, you can log your photo for the PolliNation research project. To begin, please enter a valid insect hotel ID. You can find the alphanumeric insect hotel ID on the right-hand side of the insect hotel, underneath the roof. Remember, this app is used to track pollinators at PolliNation insect hotels. Without a valid insect hotel ID, the user will not be able to proceed. Next, enter the date and time you found the pollinator visiting your hotel. The app will default to the current date and time, but you can backtrack. Accuracy is important for this research project. The app will now ask you how many wings the pollinator has. This will help you narrow down which category the pollinator falls into. For example, if the pollinator has no wings, it is most likely a centipede or millipede. If the pollinator has one pair of wings, it is most likely going to be in the fly category. If the pollinator has two wings, it is most likely going to be in the bees and wasp category. We are going to select two pair of wings for this demonstration. Next, you will select the shape of wings of the pollinator. For example, if the wings are rigid, this is most likely going to be a beetle. If the wings are roof-like, this is most likely going to be a lacewing. If the wings are membranous, this is most likely a bark lace. And lastly, if the wings are different, this is most likely a bee or wasp. We are going to select different wings. Now it's time to assess if the pollinator has hair and where the hair is located. For example, if the pollinator has almost no hair, this is most likely going to be a metallic bee or wasp. If the pollinator has hair located underneath its body, this is most likely a leaf cutter bee. If the pollinator has hair on its sides, this is most likely going to be a mason bee. If the pollinator has full hair covering its body, this is most likely a bumblebee or honeybee. However, this excludes carpenter bees, which will not normally be found around insect hotels. We will select full hair. Lastly, you will select the color and pattern of your pollinator. We will select yellow and black striped color and pattern. That will give you a list of possible pollinators. In this case, there is only one possible pollinator based on our selection. Select the pollinator you believe to be correct and review the details, information, and photos to ensure it is correct. You can horizontally swipe through the photos, read general information about the pollinator, and review key characteristics. If you believe you have identified the correct pollinator, please select "This is my pollinator" at the bottom of the screen. The following information will appear. Confirm the information you entered is correct and then select Submit Pollinator. You have successfully submitted your pollinator. Next, I will walk you through how to use the Photo ID feature to identify pollinators. This feature allows you to upload photos of a pollinator and use a machine learning model to identify the type of pollinator. There are one or two ways you can upload a photo. One, you can select the photo from your phone's library. This can be especially helpful if you use an external camera. You can transfer your photos from your external camera to your phone's library. Or two, you can also take a photo of a pollinator directly using your phone's camera by selecting Camera. Today, we are going to upload a photo using the phone's photo library. Next, select your album, then select the pollinator photo. Here, you can zoom in and crop the photo accordingly before sending it through the machine learning model. It is important to remove any unnecessary noise in the photo that could confuse the model. Select Choose. Next, enter the date and time. Remember, make sure you enter the date and time of when you found the pollinator. Next, enter a valid insect ID and select Next. On the next screen, we will once again see a list of possible pollinators. However, this time, the list is generated based on probability from the machine learning model. The highest probability will be near the top of the list, and the lowest probability will be near the bottom of the list. Review the list of pollinators and select the pollinator you believe to be correct. If you're not sure which pollinator is correct, do your best to identify the pollinator. The PolliNation project will see your entry and will verify your selection. Let's select the hornface bee. This pollinator looks to be correct. I am now going to select "This is my pollinator." Once again, confirm the following information is correct and select Submit Pollinator. Our next feature is going to be the Explorer tab. This feature is a mini encyclopedia of pollinators that are located in the southeastern region of Michigan. This is similar to the possible pollinator screen you saw in the PolliNation ID. You can become familiar with pollinators in your area by going through the list. You can select a pollinator from this list and learn more about it. For example, let's select the bellflower reason bee. The default screen will be the About section, where you can learn about the pollinator's behavior and general information. Next, select Key Characteristics. Here you can learn more about key characteristics of the pollinator. Next, select the Plants tab. Here you can learn more about plants the pollinator is attracted to. Lastly, you can horizontally swipe through the images of the pollinator. The last image will always be a size comparison you can use to reference and help you accurately identify the pollinator size. For this last tab, select Menu. You can manage information regarding your account, such as signing out or resetting your password. Next, we have a General Information section. You can select the PolliNation project and read more about the PolliNation project, community science, and insect hotels. There are also other helpful links and a video. You can also review the app's privacy policy and terms and conditions. Lastly, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, don't hesitate to contact the PolliNation project. Use the information listed here to get in touch with someone. Thank you for taking the time to be a part of the PolliNation project and helping out your community. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Thank you for wanting to learn about and provide for our native nesting bees and wasps. If you have any questions or would like to provide feedback on the 2 apps we've created, please reach out to us at our project email below. If you know someone who would be interested in participating or who might just want a unique garden feature with an ecological purpose, you can find more information on our project website, including how to build your very own insect hotel.